trip to Mission Barbecue because it's Uncle Nick's 16th anniversary at the farm. Woo! So we're celebrating today. What do you got to say?
16 years is a long time.
Woo!
Morning, everybody. It's gonna be a busy day today. We're hoping supposed to get some seed unloaded. We checked some ground yesterday. The ground's coming along pretty good. Of course, the wind's been blowing. That's a good thing, but the wind's finally calmed down, which is also a good thing, as we need to get some gypsum spread on this potato ground. We're gonna try to get after that today. Hopefully it's a busy day. Hopefully it's a good day. Hopefully it's a nice, productive day. See what I was trying to do there? I was trying to fluff it up some. Just work it a little bit, break the clods and the boulders. It's a little damper than we'd like, but it is what it is. It's time to go. The rest of the year has been a challenge so far, so why don't we just keep on the trend.
You guys saw us load those 9 totes of reds onto that truck, and since then we have loaded the rest of the totes onto trucks as well. We had 104 totes total between all the varieties, so that ended up being about 11 trucks. And since then we've cut a few of those, but we've been planning a little slower than normal just because we keep getting a few rain spells here and there. So we're definitely not moving in the field as fast as we normally are. We've got a few more loads to cut, and I wanted to show you how the seed cutter worked. So this is our seed cutting shed. We have a truck backed in right here. This is a loaded truck. It has all the potatoes on it that we loaded out of the totes from the cooler. We'll back that in here and it will unload onto our seed cutter, which is that blue machine right there. And from there, it'll go through a few more processes I'll show you guys, and then it will end up onto another truck. The truck that it ends up on has to have seed hoppers on it, so we have 3 of those set up this year. Once it gets put onto that truck, the seed is cut, dusted, and ready to go, and then all we have to do is pull it out of here, take it out of the field, and load it into the planter. This is really the last process that we have to do up here at the farm to get the seed ready to go. Once this truck is backed in, we will hook this up right here. This is what runs the chain in the truck. This chain will start running, we'll open this gate, and all the potatoes will start falling into this hopper here. Once it falls into this hopper, it will go up this conveyor and go into a sizer. So it will come off of that conveyor and go over these rollers. The small potatoes will fall through first, and the larger potatoes will go across and fall later down the line. Once they fall through, they'll go through the cutters, and based on the size of the potato, that will determine how many times the seed gets cut. Obviously, a larger potato is going to get cut 4 times, where a smaller potato might not even make it through a cutter. It might just go right through. And once all the seed is cut, it ends up on this belt. Once they all come out of there, they will go across this conveyor. And this is normally where we have someone standing and hand cutting the big pieces. Once the potatoes fall into here, they will go through the duster. We load the dust up here, and this thing right here is constantly rolling, and the dust is falling onto the potatoes through the belt. Then they go through here, and they're just constantly coming out of this conveyor and loading onto the top of the truck.
We got the first potato field but all planted. It was pretty slow. We had a couple different varieties in that field and seemed like it got a shower to stop everything, or rain. Seemed like every day. We're in the second field now. We're at a really good clip here, moving along really well, and we'll take you along and show you everything. Gonna get in the chisel plow here and try to stay ahead of the potato planter. Everything's moving along real good here. Everybody's here. We're all put together. We're not all pieced and torn apart and one person here, one person there. So we're gonna try to get something done. No promises though. Chisel plow works, breaks the ground, breaks the compaction ahead of the planter, and levels the ground all at the same time. You've probably seen the Landsman in the background. We had to bring it out here and hooked it to the STX 430. We're running it right ahead of the chisel plow. It's obviously, I don't want to say a month, but I'm going to say we're close to a month behind schedule, maybe 2 to 3 weeks. A little behind schedule. We disced this ground about the time that we normally would for normal planting, but being you saw the rain kept coming and just wouldn't stop. Of course, the grass and the weeds and all took root. Instead of burning it down and spraying it and all that stuff, bring the Landsman out here, and it does a really nice job ahead of the chisel plow. It takes them bigger root masses and dirt clods and stuff that were left over, and it just manages them and reduces the size of them. So then when we hit it with the chisel plow here, the chisel plow does a nice even level job. But anyway, we're gonna keep chisel plowing here, and I gotta get out and mix chemical for them. They're loading up right now. I gotta manage that so that way he don't run out of chemical. Everybody has their own job there at the planter, and one person mixes the chemical. That way if something's messed up or comes up short or something like that, it's only one finger to point. There's not, well, I thought you did it, or I thought he did it, or I thought she did it, I thought he did it. You don't have none of that. So I'll make this round, walk over there to the truck and mix some chemical. We'll get this chemical mixed up. It's a combination of fungicide and insecticide. All that dust. That's the worst part about potato plants, the dust. We got our jug half full of water here. So this tank is the same size tank as what's on the planter. They're planting, I can mix it up while they're gone. And when they get here, they just blow it on accordingly. So that tank half full of water. We got the motor on the other side running for agitation. So while we're dumping this chemical in, it can steady be stirring it up. There's enough water in there to dilute it down. Let's get after measuring these chemicals and dumping them in. Always make sure your lids are tight before you start shaking. Chemicals all mixed up, and I'm just gonna babysit this thing for a minute and let it agitate, and they'll be back here directly. Take some off, and we're gonna keep on planting. It's so far, I hope I'm knock on wood, the day just keeps going the way it is. It's been a good day. We're glad of that because we needed one. weekend pay-per-view.
Come on, let's go.
Come on, let's go. So we're steady planting here. The potatoes, they go in the hopper. There's an agitator in the bottom of the hopper that kind of goes back and forth. Keeps the seed gravity fed. So the opener's open the ground. You got that shoe where the seed's falling. The shoe kind of keeps the ground open. The belt comes around, drops the seed in the ground. It sprays that insecticide on top, and the covering disc cover it right back up to the end here. I gotta hold on. He tends to turn this thing around like a soccer mom at a soccer park. He's good at it though. I wouldn't want no parts of this thing.
I thought I did, but
Is it tight?
yeah.
Then you know what you're doing. Well, we're out here in the field. Uncle Mark just showed up with this 7-shank 36-inch subsaw. He's been running a little while. He went to go cut another load of seed. I want to show you what the purpose of that machine actually is. See where I'm walking the tire track from the planter. It's even harder to push it in there where 2 tires have ran. See how easy that bar went in? The chisel plow is the only thing that's touched that. There's no tires, no planter, no nothing on this one because this is the very center of the planter. So what I'm getting at is the planter is extremely heavy. To compensate for the weight of the planter, we run that ripper. Uncle Mark's been cultivating for, I don't know, 40, 50 years. I don't want to make him seem old, but he's been doing it a long time. He knows what he's doing. Let's dig up some, show you what they look like in the hill. There it is. I'll find some more. See, there we got 2 kind of close together, one a little farther apart, and then another set's perfect. They're steady going at it, and that's what we're supposed to be doing, just about 3 weeks behind. We're making the best of it. We're planting. We're grateful and blessed for that. Make the best out of these days, and we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you on the next one.